Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Plaks Playtest The Bureau XCOM Declassified Folge 22. Wir sind gerade frisch rausgekommen aus der Mission, aus der Story Mission und wurden auch schon für einen Outsider gehalten bei dem letzten Test. Letzte Folge hat man das gesehen. Ich bin gerade direkt nach der Folge hier los.
Let me just get another sample. Yes, of course. Good luck to you too, Nico.
Okay, wir haben... Ich höre mal kurz hier rein.
Good luck, Carter. Carter? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Anybody? Am I dead? Isn't there supposed to be something? Is someone out there? Who's there? Who are you? Carter? No. No. Help! Somebody help!
So, wieder ein kleines Puzzlesteinchen aus der ganzen Geschichte. Und hier gibt es wohl jemanden, der mit uns reden will.
Doctor, if you have a moment.
Absolutely. At this point, most of my patients are sleepwalkers anyway, and they're not getting any worse. Unfortunately, they're not getting any better either.
How are the infected, Doctor?
They're stable, but that's not exactly a good thing. Nurses make sure they're fed and cleaned. That's all we can do for now.
That's better than nothing.
It's like a ward full of coma patients, except they keep talking to themselves.
Any chance of finding a cure?
We've got a variety of tests running at the moment, but our first attempts were not pretty.
So it's not as simple as scraping the black goo off their faces.
We tried that. You don't want to see what's underneath.
What's happening to the sleepwalkers anyway?
We're still trying to figure that out. Their autonomic system thinks it's in a coma, but something else is influencing their physical actions.
You mean they're getting orders from somewhere?
Only on a very basic level, like how they move toward the alien tower you saw.
Any idea how they're getting these commands?
We think it has to do with the silicoid substance on their faces. It might be functioning like the Mosaic control centers we find in Outsiders.
All the more reason to track down Mosaic and put a stop to it. I suppose there's not much more you can do for now.
We'll keep on testing. Until then, all we can do is keep them comfortable.
So, noch ein bisschen Informationen gesammelt und weiter geht's in der ganzen Geschichte. Wir sollen uns ja bei unserem Chef melden. Da ist gerade das nächste Team im Abheben. Da fällt mir ein... Na, geht's dann gleich los oder sitzen die da jetzt noch im Heli? Das wüsste ich jetzt ganz gern, wie das hier aussieht, wenn es hochfährt. Aha. Hübsch, hübsch. So, da gibt's wieder was Hübsches zu lesen.
Situation is over. Big deal. I just don't see the difference.
Right. I mean, whoop-de-doo, the doors might be open, but where is there to go?
5 minutes out there and you're gonna find yourself right back under the ground.
At least we're buried alive.
Ja, zusätzliche Informationen und weiter geht's. So, die Armband spare ich mir jetzt erstmal. Die Waffenkammer, ach, da geht es direkt zum... Ja, gehen wir doch mal direkt zum Chef.
Another infected. William, could I have a word with you?
We need to talk about that test of yours.
My most sincere apologies for what happened at your screening, William. But as you can see, we have a more pressing matter at the moment. This man is infected.
That's never happened in the base before. Or is this another unexpected side effect of your test, Doc?
Nine. I'm quite sure this is from an outside source, but I need your help to find out where, and to do it without causing a panic.
This agent's turning into a sleepwalker, and I've seen how that goes. Unless you found a cure, I don't see how you're gonna help.
It's not a cure, but it may be the first step.
Well, what is it?
I have discovered a way to detect sleepwalker infections at an early stage, before the symptoms present. It will let us treat the subjects earlier, or at least get a better understanding of the conversion process.
Another test, Doctor?
Not to fear, William. This time you will be the one performing the test. And quietly, if at all possible.
The last thing we need is an infection scare.
Precisely. Thankfully, the detective will find any infected within a large area. Here, check in operations, engineering, the main lab, the briefing room, and the hangar. That should cover the base.
And if I find any other infected?
Send them to see Dr. Hera. I will meet you there, and perhaps we can help these men.
During the screening, it felt like my head was going to explode. Any idea what happened?
I have no idea. Perhaps it was some resonance from your earlier exposure to the alien artifact. Tell me, how did it feel?
Like someone was inside my skull using a hammer, trying to break free. It was all I could do to stay conscious.
Yes. And you said something, too. Your name? Perhaps your rank as well?
Hell if I know. For a few seconds, it was all just a red haze.
Well, I am glad you are with us again, my friend.
You said that noise during the screening was something from Mosaic. How did you discover that?
Dr. Veer has been examining the device removed from our captive infiltrator. It would appear that this is how they receive commands from their Mosaic network.
So they're radio operated?
Not quite. But it seems to give them a sort of subconscious connection to a larger command hierarchy.
And you used the command for attack. You couldn't pick something safer, like dance?
Our control is too crude for specific commands, only general urges. And violence is a very common response, William.
I'll be on my way.
As you say. But if you would like, I have some experiments I could perform on the...
No. I'll check for infected, but I've spent quite enough time as your guinea pig for today, Doc.
Ja, eben haben wir ein bisschen mehr erfahren, wie es zu dem Test kam. Was angenehm ist, um ein bisschen mehr zu erfahren. So, hier kann ich gerade nicht raus. Das ist...
Hey, Carter, I heard about the silver. Tough choice, but you did the right thing.
So,
About Agent De Silva.
Nichts Brauchbares, Radiance. Vielleicht kommt den hier, vielleicht weißt du was Neues.
Seen anything interesting in the field? You know how it is. Rampaging alien hordes, bolts of deadly blue plasma, walking death machines from another world. All in a day's work.
You make it sound like an issue of Captain Thunderbolt.
I don't have to try very hard.
What the hell has Falk so paranoid?
You mean more paranoid than usual? Doesn't trust anybody but Weaver. God knows why.
Weaver's always been a good agent. Certainly better than you.
Except I'm not the one getting into screamy matches with the old man, am I?
We're done here.
I don't know how anyone could have mistaken you for an alien. They have better senses of humor.
So, wieder ein bisschen gequatscht mit den Jungs. Dann gehen wir mal wieder schauen im Labor. Vielleicht gibt es da eine Möglichkeit, irgendwas zu scannen.
Heard about your little welcome home party, Carter. Glad to see you're still in one piece.
Ah, hier wird repariert. Okay. Wurde auch Zeit. Neue Dokumente, die man wieder lesen kann. Okay. Was gibt's hier? Da gibt's den Kolleg da unten. Ein paar Stücke lesenswerte Informationen. Da gab's wieder was. Ach, da gibt's sogar zwei Jungs zum Quatschen. Und ein paar Heftchen. Okay. Da gab es eben Informationen über die Outsider.
Don't even start.
No, really. If we pull through this
Hier werden wir Hier lernen wir ein bisschen über die Stärken und Schwächen der verschiedenen Geräte und Aliens.
What have you got on the drawing board today, Doc?
Oh, the usual. A few weapons you brought in, some subsystems for the Avenger, and a couple of side projects for when we rebuild society.
Got any new weapons for the field?
Murphy and I have had a lot of luck with what you've recovered, but it's not exactly easy to hybridize their designs with our own.
Seemed to work well enough for the Avenger.
To be perfectly honest, we couldn't have done that without Dr. Weir's genius. Although, he seems to have some ethical disagreements with munitions development.
How's the Avenger coming?
Slowly, but surely. Dr. Weir's been installing the Vengate, and considering the stresses the Avenger would face, we had to reinforce its hull significantly.
I'm still impressed it can get off the ground at all.
Isn't Dr. Dresner's Omni-propulsion system astounding? In fact, if we could channel its energy into a single target, I suspect we could achieve a kinetic impact equivalent to...
Snap out of it, Doc. One thing at a time. It's a bit early to talk about rebuilding society. but I'm curious to see what you got.
It's nothing much, but, well, I've been examining what little we could recover from the outsider seeds. Imagine if we could replicate them.
That would certainly make it easier to rebuild, all right.
Yes, indeed. Why, America could use them to build refugee shelters, revitalize devastated areas, maybe even expand and colonize into ex-Soviet territory.
I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Of course, other nations may mistake this for continued alien attack, but the great thing about these seeds is that they could create bunkers and military fortifications, as well as...
Doc,
Oh, sorry.
I've got other business to take care of. Good luck, Doc.
Yes, of course.
Wissenschaftler in ihre kleinen Ideenspiele. So.
Well, doctors, got yourselves a new toy?
I assure you, the Illyrium coil transfer rifle is no toy. What I mean to say is that we are testing a potential weapon for Mr. Barnes.
Don't we already have access to the Outsider's weaponry? Have you improved on it?
There is always room for improvement, Carter. Always a smoother transfer mechanism, or a more advantageous dispersal pattern to search for.
And you've just gotta find it, don't you?
Or die trying. So to speak.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to fit that into a holster.
Yes, very funny. But once we test the fundamentals, we can work on the miniaturization.
And it'd still be useful?
Oh yes. By combining our ballistics know-how with the enemy's energy weapons, we are on the cusp of a new horizon in weaponry.
Combining alien technology and our own. Interesting. How does this monstrosity work?
It's very simple, really. Imagine a Tesla coil, only with its voltage focused through a charged Illyrium ballistic delivery system.
In English?
It's a lightning cannon.
I can see how that would be useful. You need any help testing it out?
We were hoping you would ask. Our usual assistant seems to have disappeared again. Not literally disappeared, mind you. No, of course not. That never happens.
You were saying?
Yes, the machinery is in position. Just press the button and stand clear. And try not to disappear.
That's all I need to know.
Yes, I'm sure you will be a great help. Only appropriate that a field agent be involved. And all that.
If you'd be so kind as to press the button on the device, we can continue testing.
Na dann gucken wir mal.
I'm not sure that's gonna be much use in the field, doctors.
Oh dear.
Let me just adjust the discharge levels. Yes, try it again.
That looks more like it.
Quite satisfactory. But I believe we can do better.
Increasing power levels again. Try now.
I think you've still got some problems to iron out, doctors.
Is everyone all right?
Better than all right. Did you see the yield? Off the charts.
It's a miracle we weren't killed. Fantastic!
Okay. Eine neue Bombe entdeckt. Super. Da sind die Ragdolls am... Was ist das denn? Aha, okay. Und die quatschen nur. So, geht's da eigentlich weiter mittlerweile? Ne, leider nicht, okay. Dann mal weiter in die Richtung. Achso, ja genau, ich wollte mal gucken. Die Jungs haben... Okay, wo muss ich denn hin überall? Drüben war ich noch nicht, stimmt. Gibt's hier wieder was zu lesen? Ja, es gibt hier wieder was zu lesen. Okay. Da wollte gerade ein Alien flüchten. Nicht gut. Aber gerade nicht zu ändern. So, was passiert hier? Ah, da gibt's einen Alien zum Quatschen.
Officer, is the prisoner behaving himself?
Huh? Oh, yes. He's been quiet.
Something on your mind?
Sorry, Carter. It's just... I've had a lot on my mind recently.
How's our friendly local infiltrator doing?
He's been pretty quiet since you had a talk with him. Almost like he's meditating or something. But I couldn't say what's going through his head.
Our last talk was rather revealing. Any chance I could talk with him again?
I don't recommend it. But if you go in there, we'll have witnesses on hand to make sure the person who walks out is still you.
Better than having to take that test again. What's wrong? Must be pretty important to bother a trooper like you.
It's my girl back in Iowa. She's been taking care of some survivors in a big farmhouse, and she sends transmissions every day, but...
But what?
Latest transmission, she sounded really tired. And, said she found traces of black goo on her pillow.
Shit. I'm sorry.
They're already sending a team to recover as many of them as possible. I just hope she gets back here in time.
Is this gonna affect your duties?
No. No, sir, not at all.
See that it doesn't. Remember who you're guarding here. Be careful, Rose. A distracted guard is a dead guard. Either get over it, or get a replacement.
Yes, sir. It won't be a problem, sir.
And, good luck.
So, hier gibt's eine Möglichkeit zu sprechen.
Welcome back, William Carter. It is pleasant to see a familiar face.
You're in a good mood for a prisoner of war?
As are you. Which means you have recovered a phase plotter. So you plan to go through with your suicidal attack?
What are you called?
You do not understand how Mosaic functions. When we are connected, we are Mosaic. Individual names are unimportant.
You're not connected anymore. What do you call yourself now?
I do not know. I have never been concerned with it.
Maybe you should. Help us win, and I'll call you whatever you want. So, you really want to see the end of Mosaic? Tell us where they're taking the sleepwalkers, and how do we cure them?
I would not know. I am a warrior, not a scholar. I do not know if it can be cured.
We'll see. You must know something about Axis. If we go after him, what should we expect?
Axis? The Primarch. You are an ambitious creature, William Carter.
Axis, Primarch, whatever you call him.
He is wise and patient. There is a reason Mosaic called him to lead. Do you think it a coincidence that your planet fell so quickly to him?
He's not that smart. We've already tracked him down.
Of course you have. He will let you come to him and then he will destroy you. This is suicide, William Carter.
Stick around.
Do I have a choice?
Of course not.
Be cautious, William Carter.
Interessant. Weiter geht's. So, was ist denn da unten zu tun? Das darf ich irgendwie nicht so ganz. Ich sollte irgendwas da unten scannen. Was? Und wie? Egal, dann machen wir weiter.
Carter, you hear Weaver and Falk screaming at each other earlier? I've never seen those two disagree like that.
Mhm. Da ist wohl der Boss etwas unglücklich. So, wir gucken.
I want you to check and double check everything. If you went
Did
over
Barnes
it, go
find
over
you
it
yet,
again
Carter?
and again,
He
just
was
to be
looking
sure.
for you earlier.
Carter, you'll never believe what we found. We caught a spy sneaking into the Avenger. A damn spy. Here.
Shit. Did he do any damage?
Don't think so. We're double checking. But I think we got him before he could do much.
Another outsider infiltrator. God damn it.
Not an outsider. A Russian. We get attacked by aliens, and we still have to keep our eyes open for Reds. Those commie bastards never give up.
A Russian? How did he get in?
Been down here for a while. He got himself assigned to the hangar before the attack.
And he managed to evade capture this long? I'd like to talk to this fella. Where is he?
In the foreman's office, right over there. Falk wants him debriefed before we shoot him.
Here to talk with the Russian? Seems like a lost cause to me, but good luck.
Dann machen wir das noch.
Почему ты здесь? Вранье ищу. Питание?
Ну, если ты это хочешь, я думал, мы поговорим. Я думал, что найду русского здесь. Как вы узнали об этом месте?
Мы все видим. Нас здесь больше, чем ты даже представляешь. Ваша охрана просто причальная.
Да, я начинаю соглашиваться с вами.
Вы убьете меня?
Я не знаю, если вы заметили, но холодная война отметнена. У нас гораздо серьезнее гроза. И у вас тоже.
Пришельцы? Да, я слыхал эту историю. Вы думаете, что я совершенно глупой?
Слушай, я был там, вверху. Все правда. Половина мира мертвая, а другая половина зараженная. Не может быть, что только нас ударили. Я обещаю, что твоим друзьям СССР так же плохо, как и здесь. Но если какой-либо из них все еще жив...
Да это просто смешно. Как ты можешь это доказать, а? Голоса по радио и подделанные фотки? Скажи мне, почему я должен верить в твою сказку?
У меня нет времени для этого. Теперь готов слушать.
Штирлиц, ты хочешь говорить? Тогда разговаривай, а я буду слушать.
Убийство вас будет траты. Кто знает, как долго ты здесь скрывался? У тебя есть таланты, нам нужны агенты. Эти посторонние не только американская проблема.
Ты думаешь, это сработает? Ха. Ты слабый. Вы все слабые.
Даю тебе предложение. Я пошлю тебя на палубу. Сам можешь убедиться. Если то, что говорю, верно, вы работаете на меня. Если нет, вы можете убить на Кубу.
Если я не позволяю себя обманывать?
Что ты заботишься? У вас будет оружие. Вы будете отсюда. Так или иначе, вы не будете моей проблемой.
Ладно. Дай мне увидеть этих пришельцев для себя.
Die wollen imet was ne Bartu.
So, da haben wir wohl einen neuen Agenten gewonnen.
Hope you don't mind me listening in, but I think you did the right thing. We need all the help we can get.
Sprechen die alle Russisch oder was? Egal, weiter geht's.
That commie is something, but I think he's gonna come around.
You can't trust him, Carter.
Well, it's humans against aliens right now, not Americans against Russians. I need someone to take him out to see what the aliens have done firsthand.
You say so. I'll set up a recon mission. Let's just hope he remembers who the good guys are.
Wunderbar. Eine neue Dispatch-Mission freigeschaltet. Es gibt immer wieder was Neues zu tun hier. Sehr schön. Da war ich schon. Jetzt muss ich nach Operations gucken noch. So, hier gibt es neue Unterlagen.
Here's to you, Nico. Rest in peace.
All right, boys. Get your gear in order and gather around.
This gonna be another rescue cakewalk, sir? Or are we gonna see some action?
Nothing so boring this time, Kinney. No. This time we're going into the belly of the beast.
All right, it's about time.
Some of those sleepwalkers are congregating at a tower out in New Mexico. We're gonna find out why and shut them down.
You sure we won't catch anything being around all those sleepwalkers?
You just worry about us getting into that tower. Alive.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be an extended stay, investigating the area, finding a point of entry, and infiltrating. We're going to keep a low profile until we can strike.
Less John Wayne and more James Bond?
That's the spirit. If we're lucky, we might even find a cure for the sleepwalkers.
Is that even possible?
Hell if I know, but we gotta hope, right? Otherwise, why are we still fighting?
So, wieder neue Hinweise, Informationen. Gibt's nix. So, da könnte man sich um Dispatch kümmern. Na, dann suchen wir mal. Wir brauchen Moment, meine Jungs waren doch schon höher. Bin ich denn bescheuert? Ah, da, okay. Der darf.
The recon agent calls in a location. After a few moments, artillery bombards everything in the target area, friend or foe.
Ah, sehr schön. Und der Kollege ist noch nicht so weit. Der hier kann das hier. Der hier. Der darf das lernen. Weiter geht's. Hier ist ein Increase Damage. Was ist Sniper Rifles, recharge his ability faster, so. Deployed. Probieren wir das mal.
Create a projection duplicate of the recon agent, drawing fire and distracting enemies. Too much damage will destroy the projection.
Mhm. Okay. Das bin ich. So, und das war's. Dann sind die jetzt alle mal auf dem Level. Was hat der hier für Waffen? Passt. 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 Haben die auch die richtigen Rucksäcke? Ja. Ja, passt so. Gut, dann können wir die Jungs ja tatsächlich losschicken. Haut rein, Select Agent. Also als erstes brauche ich einen Sniper. Dann brauche ich einen Engineer. Das gefällt mir nicht. Ich brauche die Zusammenstellung anders. So. Ich fange an mit einem Drittlevel Sniper, pack einen Viertlevel Engineer dazu und pack noch einen Viertlevel. Wunderbar, damit kann ich das ein bisschen übertreiben. So, und für mich geht's hier weiter. Ist das eine Mission? Nein. Okay, hier was gelernt. Mhm. Ah, okay. So. Die Jungs sind raus. Und ich habe hier rumgeguckt. So. Ich habe jetzt noch die Mission gemacht.
I've nearly found him, Myron. He's so close. Put me on this mission and I'll hand you his head on a platter.
We're sending Carter after Axis. This is what he does.
Then send us out together.
No one's going anywhere until we know where to look. Agent Weaver, I know why you want to go after Axis. I cannot allow personal feelings to interfere with the mission.
Something going on I should know about?
There you are. Agent Weaver has tracked Axis to the Pacific Northwest.
Oregon. His base is in Oregon.
I'll leave it to the two of you to narrow down our search area. Something smaller than an entire state.
We should talk, Carter.
Aha, weiter geht's. Da hinten gibt's noch was zu lesen. Jo, so. Dann nochmal das Gespräch mit unserer Kollegin.
Angel. Agent Weaver.
It's okay, Will. How are you feeling?
Like hammered shit. But I'm still here.
Good. We're onto something.
You and Falk have a problem?
That doesn't matter. All that matters is finding access.
All right. What do we know so far?
I've tracked access to Southwest Oregon. Somewhere remote.
Everywhere in Southwest Oregon is remote.
There's a lot of forest out there. Enough room for access to hide. But I found something. Radio signals.
And they're not ours?
No, I triple-checked, and Ware confirmed it. The broadcast isn't human. What I could translate mentions access repeatedly. They must have some sort of facility there.
Chelsky or Crud might be able to help. They're both smart enough to put one and one together and come up with two. I'll talk to Chelsky, you track down Crud.
Good idea. I should have thought of it.
You'd have thought of it if the old man hadn't got you all riled up. I'll check in with Chelsky and Weir, too.
Thanks, Will. This means a lot. Meet me back at Falk's office when you're done.
Okay, an der Stelle mache ich dann mal einen Cut. Verweis auf die nächste Folge. Ich hoffe, es hat euch viel Spaß gemacht. Und wir sehen uns nächstes Mal über Kommentare, Daumen hoch und